It takes a village. It takes a village when you're me. Because I don't know how to do things. I don't know how to do it from my phone. We are recording. I am well, first of all, happy Tuesday, happy payday. And as usual, we're gonna have an amazing rocking out call today. Um, but I'm super excited about today's call because it's been about a year since I've had this person on our Tuesday, um, our Tuesday leadership call. And I love Aaron Aponte. I know a lot of you guys too do too, but I have to tell you that over the last year, I have gotten super close to this amazing human. Like, he is one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. And he's just somebody that I confide in. We talk a lot. We Some of you guys have caught our Fired Up Fridays, that we're trying to get consistent with, but not doing very well at. Um, and the one thing I have to tell you guys about Aaron is, like, what you see is what you get. Like, there is no smoke and mirrors, and I love his realness, his honesty, and I just love that he is straightforward. Like, he who you see is who you meet in person, is who you talk to behind the scenes, and there's not a lot of people like that in this world. And it's just so awesome to have a sideline that I can bounce things off of, and somebody that's there to lift me up when I'm feeling like crap, and vice versa. So I am super excited for you guys to hear from one of my favorite humans, Aaron, today. Aaron, you're going to have to unmute yourself.
What is up? Can you hear me?
I can, absolutely.
All right.
It's been like a year since I've had you on this particular call, and we've had a lot of new people join. So I thought, why don't we start with like a little bit of your background and story so we can fill people in about who you are, and
Yes.
then we can just talk, chat today, and like maybe give some people some fire and some realness. And because I know we are about to come into what I consider the busy season of this business, and people need to be prepared for that. So I'm just excited for people to hear your story, your tips, and all that goodness. So I'm just going to let you take it over.
Yes, absolutely. So super excited. I know it's been a year. And ironically, I was thinking about what should I share on this Zoom because it has been a while and there's a lot of people on the Zoom. Normally when I do my team Zooms, it's like 10 people and they don't want to listen to me anymore. They're tired of hearing me. So it's pretty awesome when I hop on somebody else's team Zoom and everybody's on. I'm like, there's a whole bunch of faces, and I'm seeing people driving, seeing people sitting down, taking notes. So my name is Aaron Aponte. I've been doing this now 6 years. Do not mind the craziness. I'm in like a hot mess zone right now, getting ready to pack, get ready to leave and head out. But I've been doing this over 6 years, so it's been an amazing journey. I'll give you a little prior story about myself. I've been a personal trainer for 11 years. I was in Iraq and Kuwait for over 4.5 years. That's how I became a personal trainer. I decided I want to help people. Fell in love with fitness. I actually just posted about my story of being a trainer earlier. I fell in love with fitness when I was in Iraq. I was getting bombed at, shot at, and I needed an escape out, and that was my escape. That was my release. And so when I came back to the States, I knew I wanted to be a trainer. I wanted to help people, got a job at a gym. Life happens. Was working at a corporate gym, corporate company, kept having that glass ceiling above my head. And I said, enough's enough. I can't do this. I have a family. I can't stand being away from my family and not making the adequate amount of money I should be making. Walked away, went to an 8 to 5 job, guys. It was probably one of the worst / best decisions I ever made. I literally lost everything when I went to this job. I lost my family. I lost my dignity. I lost my motivation. I lost my smile. I lost it all. The only thing I had was a check every 2 weeks. And one day I got exposed to the Thrive experience from my old supervisor. Mind you, I mean, it's the worst job I ever had in my life. Iraq had nothing on this job. It was so bad, so miserable. Everybody was so negative. It was like one of the worst places I've ever been to. And one day my old supervisor comes into work and she asked me, hey, have you ever heard this part called the Thrive experience? And I said, no. Guys, I was so negative. I was that guy you skip on your list. You know how that chicken list that we have that you're supposed to have, people you're afraid to talk to? You didn't even put my name down because sound so negative. You're like, nope, I'm going to go ahead and skip him because he's not going to even bother to buy this product. He's not even going to bother to look at it. He's probably going to make fun of it. He's probably going to dissect. He's probably going to be nasty about it. So I was that guy, but I was very lucky that she didn't take my first no for an answer. She actually was like, you know, let's give it a shot, see what it can do for you. Handed me a 2-day trial pack. I felt nothing. And the reason I'm sharing that with you guys, because most of you guys have people that got on the product on a sample, they felt nothing, and what did you do? You gave up on them, right? But she didn't give up on me. She said, hey, listen, let's get on a 3-way call. I want to connect you with another trainer so you could go over some more information about the product. And sure enough, guys, that 3-way call changed my life. These ladies were so excited. I forgot what we were on the call. I literally was like, what product are you guys taking? Because it can't be that product that I tried. She goes, well, you know, just as well as anybody else does, it takes more than 2 days for your body to fully experience, the nutritional deficiencies that you have. And I was like, you're absolutely right. So I signed up. She goes, hey, guess what? You being a trainer, you know products, you could be able to probably get this to your network. Guys, I hated network marketing. I thought this was the biggest scam in the world. I literally was invited to so many different network marketing events and meetings and et cetera. And I was sitting in the room and I'm like, I'm never going to be that guy that just drove up in a Jaguar or the latest luxury vehicle. This is not for me. This industry is not for me. So when I was on the phone, she said, you can sign up for free. And I don't know, I've never heard that word free before in any kind of networking marketing. So I'm like, wait, what do you mean free? And I said, so the person who signs me up, some of you guys are going to laugh at this. I said, so the person who signs me up, they're not going to get paid from me? Great, I'll sign up. So sure enough, I signed up thinking that that person who signed me up was not going to get paid from me. And so I was like, cool, free, whatever. Signed up, became a promoter. Guys, I missed all my bonuses. I literally missed everything. I didn't tell nobody about the product until 11 days in. The product was on my counter. I did not tell anybody about it. I was so skeptical. I didn't want nobody to know I was attaching myself to a network marketing company. I missed my VIP 800, my 1600, and back then, 6 years ago, they were sending out mini iPads. So imagine going on social media and you're seeing every single post, iPad. I'm thinking, man, what the hell are these people doing? I got nothing. But here's what happened. I didn't feel it again day 1. I didn't feel it again day 2. But it was day 3 when I slept great. It was day 3 when I woke up and thought, man, I feel great. And I started dancing. I started having fun again. And I'll never forget that feeling when I opened up my kitchen, my living room door to go to work. And that sun was shining so bright. Guys, it felt like a movie. The sun was shining bright. I heard butterflies. I heard the birds chirping. I thought, wait, what is going on? Is this how life is supposed to feel? Because I was in such a dark place that I forgot how beautiful life truly is. And sure enough, I went to work and I'm saying good morning to everybody. And they probably thought I was going to quit the job that day because I was that negative guy that didn't say anything to anybody. I'm walking into everybody's office saying, good morning, how are you? How you doing? And they looked at me like, man, what's wrong with him? And sure enough, I get into my office and I look at my boss and I'm like, good morning. And she's like, good morning. You know how us thrivers are. We're like a little bit energetic, a little bit higher energy than everybody else. And she's like, so you must be thriving. And I'm like, you know what? Absolutely right. I guess I am thriving. Guys, my life forever changed that day. And 7 days later, I knew this product was going to be a game changer. I was happy. I was excited. I was smiling again. And all of a sudden, I had no aches and discomforts. I'm a disabled vet. So if you guys know any veterans or you have family members who are veterans or disabled veterans, you know that they struggle with a lot of issues. I have a lot of knee issues. I have a lot of aches and discomforts in my body. It's just the way it is, right? That's just, when I signed that agreement 20 plus years ago, I knew what I was getting into. I have a lot of aches and discomforts, and I still do, but it's not as severe as it used to be. And sure enough, I was working on it, and I feel nothing in my knee, and I'm thinking, man, is this gold or what? So I was sold. I was all in. January 1st came 2014, guys, and the reason I'm sharing this with you, I was so lucky. 2 people that trusted me said, hey, Aaron, I'm going to order from you, so hopefully this helps your business grow. It did, because I got my next month free. And I took off from that opportunity, and that this was a different product. This company was different. And I'll never forget my first event I went to. I didn't want to go. And I was so lucky that my wife decided, hey, you need to go check it out. How can you be a part of something that you don't even know what you're going to be a part of? I went to my very first event, guys. It was about 200 people in the room. And I walk in, I'm thinking, oh man, I don't want to be here. There's nothing but women in here. I'm only going to be the only guy. So I opened the doors up, and sure enough, there's like 200 screaming ladies. It was insane. The energy was through the roof. They're screaming. They're all energetic. They're all waving at me. And I'm like, oh man, these ladies are crazy. Sure enough, I see two guys sitting in the front. I'm like, ha ha. Two unlucky husbands are up in the front with their wives. They got suckered into coming. And the two guys were Paul and Jason. And so I started laughing. As the event went on, I realized, holy crap, like, they're here. And I had an opportunity to meet them. And guys, what kind of ownership we have here in Lavelle. Paul literally shakes my hand. He goes, hey, you look like you work out. I'm like, yeah, a little something, son. And he gives me his phone number. This man doesn't even know me. He gives me his phone and says, hey, call me. Let me know if you ever need anything. Jason starts telling me about how amazing this product is working out, how amazing the future is, and what's coming in the future. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know you, but I believe you. I trust you. And I went all in. I left that meeting. I'm like, I'm all in. I heard it speak. And they were sharing their stories about HK and how their life changed and how many people had opportunity to get this auto bonus. And I'm sitting here thinking, I got a POS vehicle in the parking lot. I want to hit an auto bonus. I've never been in a luxury vehicle. Guys, I've never been in a luxury vehicle, let alone haven't really been in one, mind you. So I thought, I want to do what they can do. They can do it, I can do it. Because they are just like me. They're not any different. And I was so motivated by that, by the stories that were shared. And I was so inspired. I said, you know what? I'm going to go all in. What do I have to do next? And I started reaching out to people. Guys, I grabbed my phone and I went from A to Z. And I started messaging people, hey, I want to share with you this amazing product I started taking. Have you ever heard of the Thrive Experience? 6 years ago, they would say, no. I was like, listen, let me get your email. And I started signing up. I started messaging people. But it got to the point, I was messaging so many people that I forgot that my mom did not name me no. I started to think, man, I guess my mom named me no all of a sudden because I got no told so many times. No, not it. No, leave me alone. Stop messaging me. No. It didn't stop me though, guys. That's the one thing I'm going to share with you. It didn't stop me because that year I said this was going to be the year I was going to get my family back. This is going to be the year I'm going to get my life back. This is going to be the year that I'm going to smile again. This is going to be the year my kids are going to look up to their dad and say, that is my dad. That's the man. I know who he is. And guess what happened? In the second month in February of 2014, our team hit 12K. Zero experience, just a heart. We were ignorance on fire. And we hit 12K, and I didn't even know what that meant. And I remember Mario Dilla calling saying, you guys hit 12K. I'm so excited for you. You're a new auto bonus earner. And I'm like, what does that even mean, lady? I don't know you like that. And she says, you have an opportunity to get a luxury vehicle. And guys, I sat down and I thought to myself, I was like, that's crazy. I've never been in a luxury vehicle. I don't even know what that feels like. And sure enough, our team started growing from that point forward. Months in, all the adversity, my job was just being nasty to me. Like that pyramid scheme's not gonna work. You're gonna fail. You're never gonna have success. One day I came home from work, slammed my front door. My wife's like, what's the matter with you? What's going on? And I said, man, I'm sick of this. Every time I try to step up, I feel like I'm taking 2 steps forward and somebody's pushing me back 3 steps. And she goes, quit. She looks at me, she goes, quit. And I'm like, well, hold up now, calm down now. Ain't nobody said all that. She goes, quit. If you don't like it, Aaron, quit. She goes, you love this so much. Why not do what you were made to do? Why not do what you were meant to do in your life? And guys, no lie, true story. She literally hands me that night a resignation letter. I was freaking out. I'm freaking out. She hands me a resignation letter. I couldn't sleep that night. I show up to work the next day. This is 6 months promoting. Well, I would say 6 months into the new year, 7 months total. I walk in and I walk into the boss's office, heart's popping, just beating out my chest. And all of a sudden I walk in and I had this big grin on my face, this smile like I am no longer going to answer to anybody else for the rest of my life. And I handed in my notice. And let me tell you what happened then. It was like the boulders on my shoulders fell off and it was like life was restarted. I had a restart button. because I no longer had to answer to anybody else. I no longer had somebody else hold my time. I no longer had somebody else tell me when I can do, what I can do, when I can do, somebody else to watch my kids, to ask permission to go see my kids, to ask permission to be at my kids' event, to ask permission of my life. I no longer had that. And guys, when I gave that notice, that was it. And I never looked back. And at the end of that, and when that happened, there was adversity I faced. There was struggles. It wasn't this easy. It wasn't like all of a sudden everything became easy, because everything that is hard in life, it's not supposed to be easy, guys. This business is not easy. If somebody's telling you it's easy, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not easy. But it is worth every bit of sacrifice you make. I made so many sacrifices that I literally forgot there was times I didn't even say goodnight to my kids or say goodbye to my kids. But overall, when I handed that notice, I got something back in return. That time that I missed, that time that I was on the phone, that time that I was messaging people, that time that I was working hard so that I did not have to work harder again later. And me and Lisa always say this: choose your hard, guys. My hard was that 9-to-5 job. My hard was being away from my kids. My hard was struggling, knowing that I could not do what I was meant to do on this earth. But guess what? I chose the route of this hard, and it paid off, guys. It paid off when I said I was going all in. I wasn't looking back. And now I have time with my kids. I have time with my wife. Like me and my wife, she retired from her job 2 years ago. I have time with her. I have time with my family. My mom just called me. She was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm working. She was like, oh, I'm not. Sorry to bother. I'm like, Mom, you're never a bother. Because I have time. I don't have to run out of the office. I don't have to ask permission to speak to my own mother. I don't have to ask permission to see my kids. I don't have to ask permission, guys. And the reason I'm bringing that up to you is because it can happen for you. I'm no different than anybody on this video. And then still promoting this experience, 10 months in, we hit top rank. 10 months into the new year, we hit top rank. And you know how that happened? By helping other people get what they want, we were able to get what we want. And I'll never forget that day. It was October 30th, 2014. My daughter was 2 or 3. She was 2 years old, going on 3 years old, starting to learn how to speak. And I'm sitting down, and as soon as the order came in and it said 200,014 something, it was 200,000 140 something, I started crying. And I mean, I'm a grown man. I've been in Iraq. I've been in the worst possible situations you could imagine in life. And I'm crying at my desk. My daughter jumps off the chair. She's like, we did it. We did it. Because guys, I'm here to tell you that if your family's not brought into you, not brought into your business, then you're doing it by yourself. You're doing it wrong. My family's bought into this business. My wife's bought in. My kids are bought in. My daughter at 2 years old was bought in. And when she said, we did it, my wife's hugging me. I'm just crying, sitting at the desk crying. Because I remembered, and it was the weirdest feeling. I literally remembered every single person telling me, Aaron, you're never gonna be good enough. You're never gonna have success. You're never gonna have that management position. You're never gonna be able to succeed in business. You're never gonna succeed in life. You're never gonna amount to anything because of your attitude. You're never gonna amount to anything because of the way you dress, the way you look, the way you speak. You're never gonna amount to nothing. You would just be a worker. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. I remember all those no's. I remember feeling like I was the dumbest person on earth because I wanted more out of life. I remember that, guys. And I sat at that chair and I'm just crying, like, because I said yes to this experience, because I said yes to Lavelle, we hit the top rank in the company. And I was the first Latino to hit that. And as a Hispanic man and a minority, I'm gonna tell you guys, it meant the world to me to do it because I knew that I had restrictions on my life for anything I did. And to do it, I looked at my kids and I said, we did it, guys, we did it. Let me tell you what happened afterwards. My boys, which as a parent, if you guys are parents, mothers, fathers, my boys looked at me and said, Dad, one day I want to be like you when I grow up. Icing on the cake. Talk about grown men and their feelings. When I heard that, I thought, you know what? I did this so you guys can have a better future. Guys, that was my first year in this business. That was my first year in this business. All because I didn't stick to that no. All because I didn't stick to that adversity. Is it easy? No. Will there be times you feel like giving up? Absolutely. Will there be times when you feel like walking away? Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times I felt walking away. I can't tell you how many times I looked at my kids and felt like a failure. I can't tell you how many times I got frustrated when customers dropped off. I got frustrated when promoters quit. I got frustrated when my name was being dragged in the dirt. I can't tell you how many times. But at the end of the day, I knew I was meant to be here. I don't believe that there's not one person on this Zoom that's not supposed to be a part of this company or part of this business or part of this journey. I believe if God puts you here, you're here for a reason. 6 years later, guys, last year, when we hit the Millionaire Achievement Award mark, I'll tell you, I cried when we hit 200K. I went live and I was bawling when we hit the Millionaire Award. And the first person I picked up the phone and called was my mother. It wasn't, my kids were at school. They didn't know what was going on. I picked up the phone and I called my mom and I said, Mom. And she's like, what's the matter? And I said, your son's a millionaire, Ma. She goes, what do you mean your son? What do you mean you're a millionaire? What, did you hit the lotto? My mom had no clue what was going on. She goes, did you hit the lotto? And I said, no, Ma. I made $1 million in this business. That's a massive achievement. And my mom says, oh, that's amazing, Aaron. I knew you could do it. And I said, no, Ma, I did it because of everything you did, because you sacrificed so much as a mother, as a parent. I saw you put in that work. I saw you give up. I saw you give things up so that we can have a better life, so your kids can have a better life. I saw you feeling like a failure, Mom, and that kept me going. That was my why. When I wanted to quit, I remember my mother right there. I remember my mother saying, hey, you got to keep going. You got eyeballs looking at you. You have to keep pushing. When I wanted to quit, I knew I had 6 eyeballs, and that was you and your brothers. And now look at what you have accomplished as a father, as a man. And I said, Ma, that's why I didn't stop. I didn't think, I knew I felt in my heart I was going to do this. I didn't think I can quit. I had my inspiration. Guys, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Let me tell you, this past few months ago, I went to a local in New Jersey. My mother has no clue what I'm doing. My mother has no clue, guys. And I went to a local, and I invited my mother. And there's a picture of her right behind me, right next to that microphone. My mom gets in the car, we take a picture. And we drive to Soka, and I'm nervous. I don't think I was as nervous as I was speaking on stage at Thrivapalooza. I was nervous because my mother was staring right at me. And she's just has the biggest smile on her face. And after I'm all done, I look at my mom and I said, there's one woman in here I want to thank. And I point to my mother, and my mother says, no. She goes, I want to thank you for never giving up. I want to thank you for believing in yourself. I want to thank you for believing in me as a son to a parent. Guys, I was like, I couldn't make that stuff up. There was tears in the room. Jackie was there. I know Jackie heard that. And my mom was just hugging everybody. And she was thankful I didn't give up on her. But in the process, she didn't give up on me, nor did she give up on her kids, nor did she give up on her grandkids, guys. And the reason I'm sharing that with you, and Lisa, I hope you don't mind me sharing this. The reason I'm sharing that with you, because my why never stops. My why wakes me up at 4 a.m. My why keeps me going. Yes, those no's are going to stop you. Yes, those no's are going to make you feel like quitting. Yes, those no's are going to hurt you. But at the end of the day, if you know what your why is, guys, those no's won't mean nothing to you. Those no's are going to be just another day, a word, just another day. And so I highly, highly encourage you to know what you want and go after everything you want, because there will be obstacles your way. There will be adversity in front of you. There's going to be people that's going to tell you, you can't do this. You're not good enough. That's a scam. Nobody's going to buy that product. Nobody's going to join that company. There's going to be people telling you this. But the same people who are telling you this are the same ones that probably need to be a part of this with you, and they probably need to be on the product with you. Don't let them ever stop you from going after what you desire. I'm gonna share one more thing before I swing it back to Lisa. I made this post yesterday, and it really didn't dawn on me how powerful this is until I started to read it this morning. And it's a picture of a ladder. stairs, and it says, "Don't go down the stairs. You won't make it." It's no. I'm gonna share this analogy with you guys in network marketing in our company in our business. Don't join that company. You won't succeed. And as you continue on your journey and you're posting and you're sharing and you're posting and you're sharing, there's going to be that voice that says, don't you listen? Don't go. Don't do what you're doing. And as you continue doing it, continue doing it, continue doing it, continue getting those, hello, I said no, you will lose. As you continue going on, continue getting those, continue getting those. Why are you still not listening? Continue going on, continue going on, continue getting those, continue getting those. Stop it. If you keep going, you're going to fail. You keep going on, you keep going on, you keep going on, you keep going on. Are your dreams really that important for all this work? You keep going on, you keep going on, you keep getting those. Stop. You're not built to make it. You keep going on, you keep going on, you keep going on, you keep going on. I'm warning you, you won't make it. And you keep going on, you keep going on, you keep dealing with adversity, you keep dealing with it. Please don't go. I'm telling you, don't. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. Why don't you listen to me? You keep going on, you keep going on, you keep going on. Don't go, you'll lose everything. Nope, you keep going, you keep going. Last warning, don't go. You keep going though, guys. You keep going because that adversity is getting louder and louder. I said, stop, it's too risky. And you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. And it says, shake my head. Are you still going? You're crazy. Nope, but you keep going and you keep going. Last chance, quit now. Nope, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Whatever. Don't listen to me then. It's your choice. And you keep going, guys. And then eventually, congratulations. This is how you should follow your dreams, chase your goals, ignore the negativity, and have everything your heart desires. You got this. Throughout the day, as you run into obstacles, just remember those stairs. Just remember to keep going. Don't quit. You are strong. You can do anything you set your mind to. You are fire. Never listen to anybody that says you can't do it. Say it loud. Say it proud. Feel it deep inside your heart. Feel it in your soul. Yell it from the rooftops. I can and I will. Just watch me.
Well, there you go. I stole that post too. By the way, and it's so, I was thinking, as a lot of people, they're listening, and 10 months is pretty quick to go 200K, but then it took 5 years to hit the millionaires club. Like, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. And I think that a lot of people think that, once you hit 200K, you've arrived.
Mhm.
It's there, you will have to face no more adversity. People will just be knocking down your door to join your team, and it just gets so easy at that point. And I mean, I can't say this enough. The road to 200K is hard, but the road to a million is harder. Like, it just and the road to two will be harder than that. Like, you have choices to make, and it's like, I love when you talk, because you make sense. You make sense to people, and you're not sugarcoating anything. It's going to be hard. Like, it is hard. There's nothing in life that people get that's worth having that isn't hard to do. I mean, I think I look back on everything in my life, that things that I've wanted, that I've had to go get and I've had to go after, and none of it was easy. It was all like a decision was made. I stuck to my guns and I made it happen. And that, it's like every part of your life, whatever it is you're trying to do right now, it's all about get off your ass and make it happen, pretty much. I wanted to kind of ask you about what that journey was like after you hit 200K, and then some of the struggles you faced, and like where you have hit walls, or where do you think maybe you've hit walls, and like, why did you hit them, or like, where can we watch out for? What traps do we not want to fall into?
I tell you, when we hit it, I'll tell you, last year, 2019 was, and some of you guys could probably comment if you're watching the replay. You could definitely engage in the live feed that you're seeing. But 2019 was one of the most amazing years of my life, and it was one of the hardest years of my life. It literally, once we hit that million, it was phenomenal, and then just life literally was like, I'm gonna show you how hard it can hit. And we got hit so hard, guys, just personal, physically, financially, you name it. Everything just happened at once. My grandfather got real sick. I had to fly home. My mom was real sick. It was just one of those things where I'm like, man, are you kidding me, guy? Like, I am strong, but I don't know how strong you can create me to be. And yet, at the end of the day, I learned one of the biggest obstacles I learned is this business will have its ups and downs. And I think so many times we look at leaders and we look at 200Ks or influencers in the company and think, I can't do what they do. I don't understand their success, because you don't understand that they went through the same struggles that you're currently experiencing. And I know, guys, I'm here to tell you, like, there's a lot of struggles that's going to happen. But one of the biggest learning lessons I had during this process of struggling was knowing that I'm going to love on my people. My culture sucked years ago. It was so bad that my name was dug through the dirt. I mean, it was drugged through the dirt. It was nasty because I did not care for people as much as I should have. And I let people go without letting them know how I truly felt about them. And I felt amazing. I loved people. I do love people. Like, people on my team now, they'll tell you, man, like, I'll reach out to them and just say, hey, I hope all is well, because I learned from that. Regardless, I don't look at somebody as a rank. I don't look at somebody as a number. And years ago, I probably did. Years ago, I'm not going to say and tell you I didn't. It just got hard. I didn't know how this business was going to work. It was skyrocketing. I thought it was going to maintain and it was going to stay that way. And when things started to come down, they started to crash. And when we hit that millionaire, I was like, man, we got this. We're going to fly high again. And then it started to crash again. It felt like a roller coaster ride. And I'm here to tell you that this is a part of network marketing. Don't let nobody tell you it is up and it stays up, because like the laws of gravity, what comes up must come down. And that is business 101. I don't care if it's network marketing. I don't care if it's your favorite retailer. I don't care if it's your favorite clothing line. Everybody has their peaks and valleys, guys. And what you learn from that valley will take you where you want to go. What I learned when I hit those obstacles, what I learned was culture, loving on your people, love on all of them. I don't care if they make you money or not. Some of my best promoters are my level 12s and 13s, meaning that they are connected to me daily. If you guys know what that means we don't see a dime from anybody past 8 levels. Yet I love them. They stay in my house. They spend time with my family. They met my family. It doesn't matter. I don't look at somebody as a level. I look at them as a person. And what their goals are my goals. And so one of the biggest things that I've changed that's helped me tremendously is I look at somebody else's goals and I want to know what their life is all about. I want to know what they want, not just what I want. Because, guys, I've achieved a lot of amazing things in this business, but yet the biggest thing I know I haven't achieved yet is having that next person be that millionaire, having that person cross that stage. That's what I want. I've had 200Ks cross that stage, but I want millionaires cross that stage. I want people to wake up and feel like this is it. This is their time. I want people to walk away having that time freedom. Another obstacle I faced was being I'm trying to think of the word, complacent. I got complacent. I got complacent because I was thinking that this business was going to grow and I didn't need to put in that work. And I forgot that feeling of changing that next person's life. And so if you ever felt like you're complacent, you feel like you're going through the motions, take a step back. And here's my advice, because some of you guys might be feeling this. I felt like I was going through the motions in this business from time to time. Like, I was wake up, send a message, get an email, chase an order, chase a sampler, chase a sampler, chase a sampler. Why haven't you taken the product yet? You told me you would take it. And it's sitting on the counter for 2 or 3 weeks. I got complacent. And guys, I'm here to tell you it happens. But how do you get out of complacency? Sit down, write down your goals, write down what you want, and stare at them. And then look at your why. Whatever your why is, guys, and most of us say our kids, my why was honestly everything of my past with my family, my mother, and the upbringing I had. That was my why. And I looked at that every single day. Look at what you want out of this and sit down and say, what am I going to do to get there? My vision board reminds me every day that to not be complacent. If you don't have a vision board, guys, and it's 2 months into the new year, get with your upline and say, hey, girl, I need a vision board. Help me. And hey, my man, I need a vision board. Help me. Because that vision board is the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life. Why? Because it reminds me of what my goals are. It reminds me of why I'm doing this business. It reminds me why I wake up in the morning and I go after my dreams. Chase your dreams, guys. Don't sit back and wait for your dreams to chase you, because it's never going to happen. One thing I'm going to share with you, and I wrote this down. If you guys have $1 million dream, you can't have a minimum wage effort along with it. If you have $1 million dream, you can't have a minimum wage effort with it. And guys, you have in that effort with that dream that you have. Because there's not one person on this Zoom that's going to tell you what you can and can't do. They can tell you you can do anything amazing, but at the end of the day, they can't tell you what you can't do. You have to know what you can and can't do. You know you can't work 10 hours a day to business, then don't. You know you can work it an hour, 2 hours a day, then work it an hour, 2 hours a day. Not work it while watching TV, work it while playing with your kids, not work it while on the pooper. No, work your business. You guys know what I mean, right? Like trying to mess with people on the bathroom. No, that's not working the business. Work it with all your heart. Give it everything you have. Give your time that you deserve. Guys, one piece of advice I'm going to give you, and I hope this helps you guys out, have a schedule and have some non-negotiable times. If you're going to be with your family, then damn, take your phone and throw it in the trash. Put it away. Put it away. You can't be with your family, who is your why, and work your business, because you're not going to be able to do both collectively. Either you give one or you give the other, but you can't give both, and you can't do both. And those who tell you you can, they're lying straight to you, and I'm going to be honest and tell you that. When I'm with my family, the damn phone, I don't know where my phone's at. I hide it. I hide it so I can't find it. I put it somewhere I can't find it. I don't remember where I put it at. Put it away. Spend time with your family. Remind yourself of why you started this business in the first place. If you got kids and they're like in the ages anywhere between 3 and 16, play with them. Even the 16-year-olds, let them show you Fortnite. Hell, I still don't know about Fortnite, but I play with my kids anyway. I TikTok now. I TikTok with my kids, guys. I literally TikTok with my kids. You know why? Because I know that that's what they love. And let me tell you, I did a TikTok video with my sons, and it took us an hour to make a 30-second video, and it was literally the best hour of their life because I did something with them. I wasn't working. I wasn't on my phone. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, my business since having this mindset for 2020 has been unbelievable. My PPA went from, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, because Lisa told me to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I started the year off at 2. At 2. 2, 4, and 4. It was nuts. It was terrible. And then literally my PPA has gone high as 11 in 45 days. Because I started to actually focus on what matters the most and why am I here? And ask yourself this, guys, why are you here? What do you want from this opportunity? And what are you going to do to go after it? And what are you going to do to give it everything you got? Let me share one more final thing, Lisa, before I hop out, because I promised my wife I'm going to work out with her. We got to work out here in the next hour. Guys, you're going to have adversity. You're going to have people try to defeat you. You're going to have obstacles that's going to face you every single day. There's no obstacle that's too big. There's no adversity that's too high. There's no fear that's too large. Let me tell you something right now. A lot of people say life gets in the way. How many of y'all have used that excuse? Life gets in the way. 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 Life is what you make it. Life doesn't get in the way because life's not a person or an object or a being. Life is your blessing. When God wakes you up in the morning, that is life. It can't get in your way. You can only make it your way. It can't get in your way though. So the next time you feel like life's getting in the way, no, it's not. It's just testing you how serious you really want this. It's just testing you to see how serious you really are committed to what you truly want. God didn't create you to be average. He created you to be amazing. So go after being amazing. Stop letting life get you down. Stop letting life defeat you. Stop telling people that life is getting in the way, and start saying, you know what? I'm going to do my best tomorrow. Today's the day. Tomorrow's a new day. And live for the moment, guys. Don't live in regret. Don't live in the past. Live for the moment. And use that past as strength instead of as your weakness. Don't let your past anchor you down. Let your past lift you up. There's no crab mentality in Lavelle. We lift each other up higher to push each other out of that bucket so we can have the time freedom, the financial freedom, and your life freedom. Because you guys, each and every one of you guys deserves it. I hope and pray that you guys have nothing but blessings in your business. And I honestly hope and pray that I see some of you guys in Thrivapalooza, because you guys deserve to be there. And I can't wait to meet some of you guys. I can't wait to hug you guys because you guys deserve to be there. And last but not least, when you get to Thrivapalooza and you see those people walking across that stage, I want you to picture you walking across that stage. Because if you can think about it, if you can believe it, then you guys can achieve it. Just set your mind to it And thank you, Lisa, so much for asking me to be on here. I hope that covered that final topic.
No, that was awesome. And you guys, if you want more of this kind of fire, well, first of all, plug into Aaron, but plug into Fired Up Fridays with us. We might try to do this from Mexico, possibly. We'll
We're
see.
probably gonna do it. So she just doesn't know it yet.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Aaron, for taking time out. I know you're probably as busy as me. I'm trying to pack and get ready to leave too, and it's it's craziness. It's that crazy season, but I appreciate you hopping on with us today and
Absolutely, I
bringing
appreciate
the
you guys.
fire.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys. You guys have an amazing evening, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Thanks, Aaron. And you guys don't forget it's payday, y'all. Payday. One of my favorite days of the week, obviously. Not because I get a paycheck. I mean, that's great. But it's watching people's lives be changed just in little tiny ways. And you guys, payday posts are my best day of the week. When I get to make a post saying what my check is paying for or what my check is helping with, whether you guys are making $10, that's gas in your car, right? That's a movie with you and your kids. That's something, right? And it's those little things that people want in their lives, that little bit of extra cash every single week coming in. So don't forget about that. And for those of you guys that are coming to Mexico, make sure that you are, yeah, I mean, absorb it, have fun. It's an amazing time. But if you have team members going, utilize that time to really bond with people. And if you see somebody, I mean, hey, if you see me and you do not come up and say hi, I'm going to be mad. So please do it. There's amazing people that are going to be there that you maybe haven't met before, that you just want to pick their brain for 5 minutes. It can make all the difference in the world. I know our upline Chastity's going. I'll be there, and there's so many other amazing people that are going to be there. So, including yourselves. So make sure that you are not being shy, but you are getting, taking that time to spend that with your team if they're there, but also pick the brains of other people. And like Aaron said, I mean, I think the most important thing that anybody can do for their business is invest in themselves and get to Thrive Palooza. If you have not bought your ticket, if you're kind of teetering, if you're like, how important is this? The one thing that I can tell you guys is I have been doing network marketing for 10 years. I have been to 10 different conferences, and I can tell you that I have watched people literally come with me as part of our team to one of these huge events like Thrive Palooza. People that have been in network marketing for a year, 2 years, and they finally are making it to their first conference. I have watched those people that were stuck at 4K, that maybe never even really got going with their business, leave, and within a matter of a couple months, promote 3, 4, 5 times, build their paycheck 3, 4, 5 times what it was before they went. And really, truly, it is because it creates that belief level. And just getting in a room with like-minded people and realizing that these stories that they're hearing, they're people just like you. Nobody's Aaron's not anybody special. I mean, he is. Trust me, we're all special in our own right, but he hasn't done anything. He was told the same things I was. You'll never amount to anything. I mean, I barely graduated from high school. We all have a story, and we all have a background. And when you get to hear someone else's story and it's similar to yours, and you go, wait a second, if they did this, then so can I. Spending time with people, I don't know why that makes the biggest difference, but that's what it was for me, is getting in a room with people that were making, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, and realizing they are no one special. I just sat with this person. They're just like me. They eat the same way. They go to the bathroom. Their lives are messy. They have pasts and stories and histories, and they are where they are today because they didn't give up. And I think the message from Aaron today, for sure, for me, was you have got to keep going through the no's, the adversity, through the slow times. I mean, there's a lot of people on the Zoom that I'm, watching your names go by, and I'm seeing, a lot of you have been in my inbox. A lot of you have said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know why this isn't moving forward for me. And you guys, we've all been there. We've all, I cannot tell you how many times over the last 10 years I thought maybe it's over. Maybe I'm done. Maybe it's not going to grow anymore. Maybe I'm going to stay in this slump forever. but I've never given up that hope, right? Even though I let those negative thoughts and doubts enter my head, I'm human. That's going to happen, right? When you're in a slump for a year and no one's growing, you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt everything. But I never gave up. I kept pushing forward. I kept doing the do, like Maria says, do to do to get the get. And I kept doing that. I kept doing what I was supposed to be doing, what my leadership was doing, what I was being told to do. And eventually, it always turns around. That's the one thing I can tell you guys. You're talking to somebody that's been doing this for 10 years. I have seen it all. I have lost my biggest leg that got me to 200K is not even with me anymore. I've seen people leave that I thought would never ever leave, only to be on to their fourth and fifth and sixth company now, because they made a huge mistake leaving, only to come back to me telling me, "Oh my gosh, why did I do that?" Like I'm kicking myself in the ass right now. And I've also watched people literally come in to this business and not get their VIP bonuses and not go 4K in 30 days and sit on this for a year before they suddenly got to an event or conference, and it was mindset. That's the biggest thing I want you guys to remember is this is 90. When I say that, it's 99% mindset. It is. It's 99% mindset, 1% action. That is what this business is. Because once your mind is right, and what I mean by your mind being right is that you have taken quitting off the table. You have said, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I know that it's hard. I know that I'm getting no's up the wazoo right now. Like Aaron said, did somebody change his name to no? Because you feel like that sometimes. I know that my business is not going, but guess what? I'm not giving up. I've decided to stay the course. I am going to give this business 5 to 7 years. I'm going to treat it like a business. I'm going to not give up no matter how slow I'm going. And once you've made that decision and quitting isn't an option for you guys anymore, I promise you, things start to turn around because your mind is right. How else do you get your mind right? Are you using the products? Are you taking these 3 steps? If for some reason you can't take our 3 steps, are you addicted to one of our other products? You guys, we have like 15 products. It maybe the Thrive experience is something that you cannot take for some reason. Take what else are you addicted to in this company? You've got to be a product of our skincare. You've got to be a product of the Thrive experience, because one of those things are going to make you want to share. When you're in love with something, when you truly are passionate about something, it no longer becomes a job. I don't get up every morning and think, gosh, I have to go sell Thrive. Man, I need to tell somebody about this business. What a pain in the ass. That doesn't enter my mind. I get up every morning and I look around my bedroom and I see LV signs and Lavelle this, and I've got my products stacked up on a shelf, and then I've got all these affirmations everywhere. Right when I wake up in the morning, I look over next to me on my counter, on my nightstand, and there's my 5-minute journal, and I pick that up and I start writing down my gratitude. Right then, I think about whose life can I change today? What friendships can I make today? Who can I meet now that in 6 months is going to want to join me on this journey? That's what I think about, because it's not a job. It's something that it's a passion. It's something that is my life. And a lot of you guys will go, okay, well, it's easy, Lisa, for you to say that, or for anybody that's a 200K or 80K. And if they're making money, of course, it's easy to get up and say that. I've got a full time job. I'm working 60 hours a week. I've got 5 kids that are busy. You guys, we all started there. I want you to remember that every single 80K, 200K, 40K, anybody that you're looking at, that you're looking up to in this company, I want you to remember they all started with a $400 pack or a $200 pack, or some of them started for free. And I want you to remember that they all had jobs and they all had lives happening. They all had to start there, right? I had to start and get that, emulate and get that mindset before I was there. I had to be a 200K before I was a 200K. I had to believe that I could get there. And once that belief level, that 99% of this business, that belief level comes into play, you guys, nothing is going to stop you. That's where you're going to start to see the growth happen. And we are coming into our biggest months in this business. You guys, this weekend, I'm expecting some huge announcements from corporate, and that's only going to be the beginning. If you guys have not been with Lavelle for long, the one thing I can tell you is the way that Lavelle spaces things out. Our new year really starts in March. March 1st is when our January 1st starts. A lot of other companies, I can tell you this for sure. In most other companies, January, February, and March, those are their big months. The rest of the year, they're just rebuilding. With Lavelle, they have been so smart and calculated how they do things. They know that people are already going to have some momentum and drive going into January, right? New Year's resolutions, tax returns. But March is when they start coming out with the big guns. Then they wait again until May, beginning of May, to do our conference to come out with more new stuff, more promotions, more new products, more new stuff for the company that takes us and carries us through the summer. When most people are slow and dead, I can tell you guys in the last 3.5 years I've been with Lavelle, summer has been my biggest months. Where everywhere else, everybody's messaging me and they're in other companies. They're like, "What is going on? I'm so dead." I'm like, "What are you talking about? This is the best," right? Like it is amazing how that they have structured all of this to make sure that you guys are ready and you're solid. You've got that solid foundation. But I want you guys to think about this. What have you done since January 1st, right? You're only as good as the 60 days before you. And so January and February, what I hope you've done is I hope you've planted those seeds. I hope in January and February you've gotten thousands of no's, because that means that the next 3 to 4 months for you guys are going to be crazy. I hope that you've had so much rejection that you've wanted to quit, because that's the kind of rejection that lets me know that you put yourself out there and you planted those seeds. And I promise that all of these no's and a lot of the people that have rejected you, those are the people that end up coming around and wanting to know more about your business once they see that you're serious. You're not going anywhere. This is not just a flash in the pan. This isn't a hobby. This is life. This is you wanting to change people's lives with this product. And we are coming into these huge months. And what can happen to your business, you guys, in the next 4 months? You can double and triple and quadruple your income. You can double, triple, quadruple, whatever your rank is now. You can be at the top of this company. I've watched people go from 4K to 200K after being stuck at 4K for 2 years in a matter of 2 to 3 months because they put their head down. You want to know why they did that? It wasn't their time, but guess what? All of those seeds they planted, all of the rejection, all of the no's, 2 years later, it all started to pay off. And that's what you have to know behind the scenes, from Aaron's story, from my story, from the thousands of other stories that you hear. Just the last year, we've interviewed, I think, 55 different 200Ks, and all of their stories. It's the same thing. I didn't give up. I stuck with it. I kept going no matter what. And that's really the bottom line. So I hope you guys get off your butts, man. Don't squander away what's about to happen. If you look in the mirror right now and you haven't been consistent over the last 2 months, you know what I want you to do? I want you to forgive yourself. And then I want you to say, today's my day. Not Friday, not Monday. I'm going to start on Monday. Oh, I'm going to start March 1st. That'll be my day. No, today. I want you to say, I'm going to get off this today and I'm going to get a schedule, just like Aaron said. I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to start working this business, because in 6 months, it's going to start paying off for me. I'm going to get serious. I'm done. I'm done messing around. I'm done playing around, because at some point, you guys, Lavelle is a 7-year young company. I look at a lot of these other companies out there, 20 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old. People still join Mary Kay, right? Like these companies that have been around for years and years and years. We're still this baby company that you guys are all blessed and privileged to be a part of. You're a pioneer, guys. Like, people are going to look back and you're the beginning of this company. What Lavelle is going to achieve, where Lavelle is headed, this is only the beginning. And amazing, amazing, great things are going to happen. But you've got to put your head down and know that the time is now, right? The time is right now. You can't afford to waste another day. You can't afford to waste any more time on yourself, on the excuses that you're making. And I hope that you get off this call, look in the mirror, and say, okay, these are the things I haven't been doing. This is what I need to do. And then grab an upline, grab a sideline, grab an accountability partner, and I want you to say, let's get this going, right? Sometimes it just takes that other person, somebody with us, somebody on the other end, whether it's a sideline or a friend in the business, somebody that motivates and inspires you. It can be somebody on your team, but grab them and say, let's do this. That's one of the things that I think about that really helped me through this journey. It's people like Aaron, locking arms with sidelines, and people in the company that I didn't even know before this, or people on my team, and just grabbing one other person and saying, let's push each other, let's drive each other, let's motivate each other, let's check in with each other once a day and make sure we're doing the do. I loved Aaron's transparency, when he talked about his journey. He said, man, in the beginning of this, I was a crappy leader. I remember him and I were talking one day on the phone, and I'm sure he won't care if I share this, but he was like, I think so and so doesn't like me. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think so. I think they like you. And he was like, well, I don't know. They just don't like talk to me that much. Like, we talk about this stuff, guys. Like, we have these same things. He goes, and I have to admit, I wouldn't blame them, because I did a lot of things wrong in the beginning, and I wasn't the best person in the beginning. So like, maybe they're judging me off of that. He goes, and I love how he talked today about how much he's changed as a leader and an individual. Y'all, we're all doing this for the first time, right? Nobody knows where, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to mess up, you're going to let people down. And, one of the things I always do at the beginning of every year is I like to contact people that signed up with me. And I like to say, look, you signed up with me for a reason. And I know you haven't been working it, or I haven't seen you or whatever, but I want to tell you, if I drop the ball in any way, I have learned so much over the last year. I'm ready to run with you and lock arms with you. And I know I can be a better leader if you're ready to run with me again. And you wouldn't believe how many people go, okay, I want to do this, because I know I've dropped the ball before, right? I know I haven't been the best leader at times. And every year that goes by in this business, I know I've gotten better and learned more, and become better. And so reaching out to those people and just saying, look, I'm still here. If you're still interested, let's do this together. It can make all the difference in the world. There's a lot of you on here that maybe you came in and you didn't invest in yourself, and you weren't joining in on the lives and the Zooms, and you really didn't know what was going on. And maybe you signed some people and they fell off because you didn't know what you were doing. What a great time to just message those people and say, look, I wasn't in it before, but I'm in it now. You want to run with me? There's a reason you signed. Maybe now is the time. You never know. So I hope you guys are pulling out all the stops. I hope you guys make your amazing payday post today. And I hope that you guys are plugging in above all. And if you're on the fence about getting to conference, I hope it's something that you definitely get off the fence with. It is a tax return, you guys, or it's a tax write off, which there's nothing better than that, right? Being able to write off an entire trip, and get money back with your taxes. Why not, right? And learn and grow and be around a ton of like-minded people. It doesn't get any better than that. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys. I can't wait to see those of you guys coming to Mexico. We'll see you this week. And we will also talk to you guys next Tuesday. Same time, same place, same link, with the new 200K. We'll be interviewing next week. I don't have my schedule with me. I'm in the middle of a move, so I can't remember who it is. But y'all know it will be fire. We have not let you down so far. So we will see you guys next week, and have an awesome, amazing Tuesday, guys.